name is Sergey Karaganov, and I'm a dean of the School of International Economics and Foreign Affairs at the National Research University High School of Economics. Also, I'm a honorary chairman of the Council on Foreign and Defense Policy, which is more or less a parallel institution for your Deutsche Gesellschaft und Auswärtige Politik. Of course, Russia has been a very realist country. Sometimes it was driven by emotions, like in the Slavophile period in the 19th century. Then in the early communist period, it was also driven by messianism. But from even the late Soviet times, it was a very realistic country. There was a very short period of idealism at the beginning of the 90s when new Russian elite believed that it could join Europe, and it would be a welcome. For that, they gave away a lot. They believed didn't get anything in exchange. But now, I mean, it's cynic, it's realist. It has a policy based on interest, and it doesn't trust in words. And in 1948, Stalin dissolved Comintern because he was afraid for his own rule within the country, and he believed that, and he killed Comintern, and actually he betrayed his friends and comrades there, including, for example, he gave away Greece to Brits, and in Greece there was a communist government which grinded down 7 SS divisions, and which actually was ruling the country, but for the very narrowly understood interests of the country, he gave away all the ideas. On the surface, they survived, but not in the depth of Russian Soviet decision-making. What is sometimes believed in as international liberal order is only partially true. It is international. It is a description of a very short period of time, say from 1991 till the beginning of the 2000s, wherein there was a domination, political, economic, military, and ideological of the West. And that is exactly what our colleagues and counterparts in the West are trying to restore. But nobody is interested in the restoration of that order anymore, all the more that it was not liberal, because liberalism means freedom, but it is imposition of one's ideology, one's way of governance, and one's way of running the economy on the world. So it was anti-liberal in most cases. It was not order, because it was a chaotic, or I would say bandits' disorder, because from the beginning, when the West believed that it was not deterred anymore, it started to commit all kind of mistakes, if not worse, like a recognition of Croatia and Slovenia in 1991 against all international law. That started the civil war, like bombing of Yugoslavia, like invasion of Iraq, and then, of course, there was a series of regime changes. There was some liberal element in that order, and that is freedom of trade and investment, but this is now being under threat exactly from the West, which born in because of the policy of protectionism, and which is growing because of policy of politicization of economic relations and of sanctions, which are becoming the new normal. So the West is killing the liberal order, maybe not forever, because other forces in the world, including China, including the new powers, including in a way, many ways Russia, are not willing to undermine that part of the previous order. People understood that NATO and EU expansion, but of course NATO expansion is going on, and it was completely against the core security interests of Russia. And of course there was an attempt in Bucharest by U.S. administration to clandestinely bring in Ukraine. Chancellor Merkel and the French president blocked that attempt, but it was clear where the things are going. It was clear that in addition to chaos and disintegration of international law, remember my words about disorder, we are moving towards a situation where the core interests of the national security of Russia could be jeopardized, and that is that Western alliances could take over their territories for which we paid tens of millions of lives and which we consider to be absolutely vital to our security. So to prevent that war, or to win it, Russia started to rebuild its military and did it very effectively. So in a way, in Crimea, 1914, in Crimea and elsewhere, we preempted, thus saving Europe from a big war. And Americans are crossing, the red line of any order, again, because it is taking away military planes of a sovereign nation over its sovereign territory. That's a clear cut of wild aggression. So we are saying we will not guarantee your planes security anymore. Hopefully, next step the Americans would understand that one way or another they could bring us closer to disaster. But of course we are not willing a big war with the United States or with anybody else. We are quite confident that we will be winning anyway without war.